to human health. Good afternoon. My name is Kade. I'm debater A, and I will be debating for the Culex kincae fasciatus, more commonly known as the southern house mosquito.
Howdy, my name is Wyatt. I am debater B, and I will be debating on the side of Aedes albopictus, commonly known as the Asian tiger mosquito.
The southern house mosquito is overall a brown insect with a proboscis, tarsi, thorax, and wings. The adults are brown, 3.96 to 4.25 millimeters in length. In most cases, the proboscis and antenna are the same length. This mosquito has many different characteristics that make it a great vessel for disease, especially to humans. They begin their life cycle as an egg, usually laid in stagnant water. These eggs hatch to become mosquito larvae. The larvae then go through 4 instars before molting into the pupal stage. From the beginning of the stage, it only takes 36 hours to morph into a fully grown adult. These adults are able to complete normal functions immediately after hatching. This insect has far superior disease spreading attributes compared to that of its counterpart, the tiger mosquito. Its origins are between 36 degrees north and 39 degrees north throughout the tropics and the lower latitudes of temperate regions. This makes it a perfect vector of disease due to the large amount of rainfall that occurs in this latitude. Anywhere between these longitudinal lines, these mosquitoes can be found all the way around the world. These deadly creatures are the primary vector of St. Louis encephalitis virus. Culex kincae fasciatus also transmit West Nile virus, which has led to the death of thousands worldwide. In fact, ever since West Nile virus made an appearance in the United States, 45,000 people were infected. Out of these infected individuals, an astounding estimated 2,000 died from the disease. This comes out to a percentage of nearly 4% fatality rate. To put this number in perspective, as of this day, the death rate of those infected with COVID-19 is an underwhelming 1.16, according to the New York Times. This excludes a huge amount of fatalities that took place in countries where healthcare is poor and even non-existent.
Adult Aedes albopictus are recognized by bold, black, shiny scales and distinct silver-white scales on the palpus and tarsi. Asian tiger mosquitoes are usually between 2 and 10 millimeters, making them a medium-sized mosquito. The males and females have different morphologies, including the antennae, body size, and mouth parts. Male antennae are plumose and have mouth parts specialized for feeding on nectar. The males also tend to be 20% smaller than the females. Aedes albopictus overwinter in the egg stage in temperate climates. However, in tropical and subtropical climates, they are active year-round. Eggs are laid on the sides of water-holding containers such as tires, animal watering dishes, bird baths, flower pots, and natural holes in vegetation. It can also lay and hatch eggs with substantially less water than domestic species, making it particularly more abundant in urban areas that lack the larger bodies of water required by native species. The eggs are extremely hardy and can be dry for up to a year and still hatch. This is different from many other species whose eggs will die if they dry after they are laid. The average lifespan of the Asian tiger mosquito is about 1 year. During the warm months, females will lay as many as 300 eggs. Aedes albopictus will feed on domestic and wild animals, including reptiles, birds, amphibians, and humans. However, laboratory studies and blood meal analysis have shown a preference for human blood meals. This is extremely concerning as many mosquitoes are purely opportunistic, but this species has a preference for humans and their population is generally more dense in urban areas. Asian tiger mosquitoes are native to Asia but have spread to many countries. They were first documented in the United States and Texas in 1985 and have since spread to at least 26 other states and are still spreading to this day. Because Asian tiger mosquitoes have a large range of hosts, they can spread zoonotic diseases from animal to humans. This mosquito is also known to transmit chikungunya virus, dengue virus, and filariasis. Also, according to the CDC and studies by Dr. Howley, these mosquitoes have been shown to be vectors for more than 30 viruses. Of these 30 viruses, the ones that can affect humans are Eastern equine encephalitis, Cache Valley virus, dengue virus, St. Louis, and La Crosse encephalitis viruses.
Though the Asian tiger mosquito is quite prolific, the southern house mosquito is comparable and even superior in its nature of breeding and distribution. The southern house mosquito eggs are able to be laid in places such as bird baths, old tires, and other stagnant bodies of water. Also, females usually lay 100 eggs at a time and can lay up to 5 rafts throughout their lifetime. These creatures do not live very long, but they are quick to mature into the adult stage. By the time the female has died, its offspring will already be mature enough to lay eggs on their own. Additionally, these creatures came from the lowlands of West Africa. They are believed to have come to North America from slave ships crossing between the two continents. It is quite astounding that these mosquitoes were able to adapt to the environment so quickly and spread diseases with ease. Due to their appearance in the New World, disease spread rapidly. With global temperatures rising, there will be no problem for these mosquitoes to survive and even thrive in an ever changing environment. Additionally, Kincaid fasciitis freely mates with Culex pipiens linnaeus, which is usually not found south of 39 degrees north. This is a truly important fact. This proves that even where these mosquitoes cannot live, their hybrid offspring will be able to live in places the southern house mosquito may not be able to.
The southern house mosquito seems to be a very widespread and relatively hardy mosquito. While the southern house mosquito eggs are able to be laid in places such as bird baths, old tires, and other stagnant bodies of water, the Asian tiger mosquito is also able to utilize these areas of little and stagnant water. The southern house mosquito lays about 500 eggs in its lifetime, while the Asian tiger mosquito lays about 300. However, the Asian tiger mosquitoes are much hardier. Studies have shown low oxygen tension stimulates the hatching of Aedes albopictus eggs and is actually more important than flooding or temperature on inducing egg hatching. The eggs of Aedes albopictus can be dried for up to a year and still be viable, whereas the southern house mosquito cannot withstand drying out. Both species are very quick to develop into adults, with the Asian tiger mosquito larvae pupating after 5 to 10 days and the pupal stage lasting only 2 days. While the southern house mosquito do have very widespread populations, the Asian tiger mosquito is continuously expanding further and even has some populations in Arizona and New York. In fact, according to the state of Maryland, the tiger mosquito has become the main species of pest in many areas, where before it arrived, there were little to no mosquito issues at all. With the ever increasing heat, there should be no issue with this mosquito being able to continue its expansion into other states.
There are many different specs as to why these mosquitoes are so proficient in their environment and have overpopulated many regions of the United States, not to mention the world. Though both of these mosquitoes live in the same general climate, the southern house mosquito has been proven to be invasive outside of its native range. This means that although there are specific boundaries that these mosquitoes live within, they have migrated to places that scientists never imagined they would be able to reside in. Another frightening fact about this mosquito is that it has a large range of food sources. While the male mosquito eats strictly sugar meals, which are fairly easy to find, the females require blood meals. This could be collected from a wide variety of animals, namely humans. Because these mosquitoes are able to live in urban environments, they have easy access to the most abundant mammal in these urban and suburban areas, humans. These sneaky creatures are usually so nimble that humans do not even realize that they have collected their meal until it is too late.
I concur that these mosquitoes both live in the same general climate. However, the Asian tiger mosquito is also invasive, just as the southern house mosquito is, if not more. The Asian tiger mosquito also has a wide range of food sources for the female, but the difference is that they actually have been shown to prefer human blood meals over other animals. The male also only eats sugar meals, making it less of a concern. But since the Asian tiger mosquitoes are found in urban areas as well, in addition to having a preference for human blood, this makes them an extreme threat to humans. One other source of blood for the Asian tiger mosquito is dogs, and the mosquitoes can transmit the causing factor of heartworm to the dog. In fact, in New Orleans, the Asian tiger mosquito is the main source of heartworm infection in dogs. Not only are these mosquitoes a danger to humans, but they are also hard to control. There have been predators and parasites studied as biological control means, but they have shown little impact on the Asian tiger mosquito. Insecticides can be used, but the most effective means of control is to limit areas of standing water. While this seems simple, it is not. As discussed earlier, these mosquitoes need very little water for their eggs to hatch. While the southern house mosquito definitely is a threat to humans, it just can't compete with the mosquito like the Asian tiger mosquito that prefers to feed on humans and actively chooses them over other mammals.
The southern house mosquito has proven itself to be more prolific, more diverse, more invasive, and more dangerous to humans than the Asian tiger mosquito. Between St. Louis encephalitis, West Nile virus, and a handful of other harmful diseases, the southern house mosquito has been one of the most harmful parasitic animals in human existence. These mosquitoes have decimated world populations, created multiple worldwide health scares, and have been a substantial vector of disease for centuries. The frightening part is that humans still have no effective solution to keep the number of the southern house mosquitoes under control. Their hardy resilience, breeding abilities, and widening habitat regions may pose a large threat to humans in the near future. Not only do these creatures pose a threat to humans, but they also pose a threat to our food sources. Animals such as cattle are susceptible to the West Nile virus, which could be a great threat to human life in some areas of the world by shortening food supply. This insect must be studied to create a way to stop their species from spreading lethal diseases around the world, hopefully before it is too late.
The Asian tiger mosquito is more resistant, spread further north, continuously invading new areas, and eggs are hardier compared to that of the southern house mosquito. The Asian tiger mosquito also is a transmitter of common diseases such as chikungunya virus, dengue virus, and diphtheria. While the southern house mosquito may have a more established track record, the Asian tiger mosquito is much newer to being an invasive species and is continuously spreading. This is concerning because the Asian tiger mosquito is already putting up a large fight with the southern house mosquito for the title of most dangerous, and it is just getting started with its expanse into human populations, whereas the southern house mosquito has already established itself and doesn't seem to be spreading much further. Given more time, the Asian tiger mosquito will be much more widespread than it currently is and will outcompete any other mosquitoes in the race for most dangerous. This, combined with their exceptional ability to produce in urban areas and tolerate colder climates, makes the mosquitoes dangerous. Not only have studies shown that they prefer to feed from humans, but studies have not yielded an effective means of control for these mosquitoes. This mosquito needs to be studied further to try to find a weakness to help control populations or at least reduce disease carrying ability.